That's a very good question. Wassce private candidate. That's the second batch 2025 Tech exams. Core mathematics. Let's see this question. A tangent line PT touches a circle center O at a point T. A chord TQ subtends an angle 3x at the center of the circle and an angle 120 degrees at a point S on the circumference below the chord. Illustrate the information in the diagram. Find the value of x. Find the angle between the chord TQ and the tangent PT. Very, very simple question. Let's illustrate this on a simple diagram. And let's see. A tangent PT touches a circle. So let's get our circle. So this is our circle. It's our circle and a tangent PT. So let's see a tangent, let's see PT. So a tangent PT touches a circle center O. So let's see, we have our center O at a point T. So the point of contact is T. So let's see PT or PT or PT, yes. So let's see PT. A chord TQ subtends an angle 3x. So a chord TQ, so let's say T then Q. So a chord TQ. So a chord is a straight line that do not pass through the center. Take note of that. So this is a chord TQ and it subtends an angle 3x at the center of the circle and an angle 120 degrees at a point S on the circumference below the chord. So the chord also subtends an angle like that S at the circumference, that's 120 degrees below the chord. So below the chord is what we have. All right, so we've illustrated the question on the diagram. We've illustrated the question on the diagram. Very, very simple question. Very, very simple question. So this is what we have. This is what we have. Now find the value of x. Now check something here. We have an angle at the circumference of the circle. That's point S. And this point S relates to this guy. That's the reflex angle. So this angle is the reflex. That's the reflex angle. So we apply the same property that twice the angle at the circumference is equal to the angle at the center. Twice the angle at the circumference is equal to the angle at the center. So we can say that 2 times, so we are working for IR. So we can say that 2 times angle QST is equal to angle, that's reflex angle QOT. So reflex angle QOT. So that's the reason why I brought the R, which means it's a reflex angle. So 2 times angle QST, 2 times angle QST, which is 120 degrees, is equal to the reflex angle. So reflex angle, let's see, reflex angle QOT. So reflex angle QOT is equal to 212.24. So we get 240 degrees. So this angle here is 240 degrees. And how do we find for the value of x? If you want to get the value of x, don't forget that the sum of angles that meet at a point is 360 degrees. So we can say that angle QOT plus the reflex angle QOT should be equated to 360 degrees. That's angle QOT, which means we don't write the reflex. So if you don't write the reflex, then we are referring to this angle 3x. So angle QOT plus the reflex angle QOT is equal to 360 degrees. Now, angle QOT is 3x plus reflex angle QOT is 240 degrees equals 360 degrees. So you get 3x equals 360 degrees minus 240 degrees. 3x will be equal to what? 120 degrees. 3x will be equal to 120 degrees. And we can see that x is just 120 divided by 3. And x is just 3, 4, 12. So we get 40 degrees here. We get 40 degrees. So now we have the value of x to be 40 degrees. So which means that 3x, that's 3x will give us 120 degrees. 3x will give us 120 degrees. So let's see for the III. The III says find the angle between the chord TQ, and the tangent PT, and the tangent PT, and this tangent PT. So the angle between the chord TQ. So this is the chord and the tangent PT. So which means this angle is what we are looking for. And don't forget the angle between this chord TQ and the tangent PT is equal to the angle the same chord subtends at the circumference, subtends at the circumference in the alternate segment. Again, the angle between a chord TQ and the tangent PT is equal to the angle the same chord subtends at the circumference in the alternate segment. So let's say that the angle between the chord TQ and PT is, let's say, y. Then we can say that let's use this property 120 plus, let's say, this angle M, because this angle M here is the same thing as this angle Y. M is equal to Y, and here we can find for the value of M. Using this property, we can say that the sum of opposite angles in a cyclic quadrilateral, the sum of angles, so we can say that sum of angles or sum of opposite angles in a cyclic quadrilateral is equal to what? 180 degrees. So 120 plus M, we equate it to 180 degrees. So M plus 120 degrees is equal to what? 180, and M will give us what? 60 degrees. M will give us 60 degrees. So this M here is 60 degrees. So now we know M to be 60, then Y is also what? 60 degrees. Y is also 60 degrees. So find the angle between the chord TQ and the tangent PT. So the angle between the chord TQ and the tangent PT is just 60 degrees. It's just 60 degrees. If you don't understand, please play back the video for better understanding. See you. Bye-bye.